In April, outside the council offices, you seem quite optimistic after a meeting with the council. What's been happening since?
Nothing at all. I've had to write it down, Mike, because I'm lack of oxygen at the moment. I'm having problems with the memory. As you know, I had a survey done by Mr. Charlton, and also a survey done by one of the council who they employed. Now, I put here I've had 2 surveys done in March 2013. Both surveys have pointed out an issue with the loft not having ventilation, and is the main cause for the mould coming through the bedroom ceilings. I've given the surveys to the council in March, which gives advice as to what needs to be done to remedy. The surveyor and I met with the council in May 2013 for further discussions. 5 months later, there has been no response. I have recently phoned and emailed both the Director of Housing and the housing contractor, Miss Adegiji, and I have had no response again, which leads me to believe that I'm being totally ignored and there is no concern with regard to my health.
So do you feel at the moment these meetings that you had was just tea and sympathy, whereas in fact what you feel is you want action and you don't get the feeling there is any action?
No, there isn't any action. I'm very dismayed. You know, they go on about above and beyond, etc, etc. I've done an awful lot of work with this council, and I really feel let down actually, because they're aware of my condition and what aggravates it, etc. And I've come forward to ask for help and been totally ignored. It's not benefiting anybody, it's not benefiting me, and it's certainly not benefiting them, you know. So this above and beyond, where does that come from? What does that mean? It means nothing to me if I'm being neglected, you know. So
have you spoken to the portfolio holder?
I've tried to get the portfolio holder. I've sent her emails, I think last year. I never ever got any response, so I don't feel that's a road to go down, quite honestly.
So where do you go to next?
I don't. I just have to hope that you know, the Director of Housing or Catherine Adediji will pull the socks up basically and say, okay, this needs to be done. I mean, the surveyor, Mr. Charlton, what he's saying is the problem is in the loft. There's no ventilation. We've had new roofing done, so it's causing more damp that I already had anyway, because it's so secure now. And what he's saying is, look, put ventilation into the loft, which is then obviously going to help with the mould. Although the mould needs dealing with to get rid of, it will then get rid of it.
Do you think they're just hoping you'll give up?
Yes, I think they do.
Are you going to give up?
No, I certainly won't. And if I need to go out there and tell every tenant what I know, then I will do. I've done it before and I'll do it again with the help of my friends and husband. I know what this my condition does. To be living with mould, it's a horrendous condition, and I certainly cannot live with myself if I know all the facts and there are people out there that are ignorant to the fact. There's children that are going to suffer, there's the elderly, there's the infirm, those with immune problems, cystic fibrosis, those with cancer. They're all going to suffer at some point living with mould. I've got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. And I care about people, and that's why, you know, I have to do this. It's not so much about me. I've always said this from the very beginning. It is not about me. It is getting the awareness out so thousands and thousands of lives can be saved. That's what I do.
Thank you very much.
Okay.